Well, there he is.
What up, baby?
How you doing?
Don't know where I am.
I love it. You're on live from the Ley Line, bitch.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
All right, all right. What did you want to get into today? What's
Oh
going on?
shit. All right. So when you think of a very successful businessman, you probably think of like Donald Trump or Elon Musk or Bezos or people like that, right?
Right, right. Which, and not to say they aren't
Well, of
successful
course,
businessmen.
wildly successful, obviously, but let me tell you, they are nothing compared to a little fellow named John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That was
Yeah.
like the oil baron, right? That's what he,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
So that's what I want to talk about today. It's a really up and coming topic. Lots of people are going woke on like the food they eat and stuff, and
Yeah, exactly. Just
lots of
starting to
people are,
understand the connections too. And
yeah, they're starting to figure out that they put all kinds of vegetable oils in all the food, and that's a huge cause of obesity and cancer and stuff like that.
yep, yep.
So I figured we'd dig into that a little bit.
I love
So
it. I love it.
John D. Rockefeller is such a good businessman and such a genius that he's quite evil in a way
Yeah.
because
I
he,
think you kind of have to be when you if you're gonna get to that kind of level of success, there's enough people that you step on that like the
yeah.
humanity kind of leaves your eyes just a little bit,
Oh,
I think.
absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's like Dr. Evil,
Yeah.
it coms with the business.
Love it.
Um, anyways, yeah, so he hit huge when he got into one of the first oil rigs that was discovered in America in Pennsylvania
Interesting.
in night it was either 1904 or 1804, like centuries ago, right?
Damn.
Um, and so after he got big in oil, his next big thing was he basically established what we know as the food industry in
Interesting.
America. And so after he bought that, invested in that, he invested so much that he basically owns and runs it, right? Or owned and runs it.
Yeah.
Um, After he purchased that, he also went ahead and established and bought the educational system in America as well.
And then the first thing that pops into my head when I think of like if you own the food industry and the school industry, and I think of all the like got milk fucking posters
Yeah,
all throughout the school, and I think of the pyramid that they gave us that was absolute bullshit.
right,
It
right.
was
The
like,
food pyramid.
yeah, super unhealthy. You talk to a real dietitian, and they're like, "This is ridiculous. You're
Yeah.
teaching this to kids."
Okay, so it may seem like I'm rambling here, but the reason I am mentioning this is because he bought the food industry and then he also bought the educational system. And then he implemented his own teachings into college, right?
Mm,
So he basically pushed what we know as modern medicine today, like from his own bidding,
yeah, his
you
own
know?
institutions.
Yeah. So you start to look at it, people have been sicker and sicker and sicker ever since then.
Yep.
And so the theory is he decided to start poisoning the food and poisoning the people, and then also owning the people that you go to get fixed.
Yep.
You don't really get fixed.
Yep. Yep.
So the professors and the kids in medical school and stuff are learning all this new medicine. That's supposed to be amazing, and a lot of it is. I'm not shitting on that. Okay, doctors save lives,
Right.
but they also don't know exactly what they're giving you all the time.
I agree.
So
I
I
agree.
just
Well,
think that's so interesting, and I totally believe that personally. Poison the food and then make it so that the people who are supposed to help inherently make you more sick so that you need to come back.
well, it's a cycle. They're all lining each other's pockets.
Yeah,
I'm sure the lobbyists that work for the medical industry are the same firms that are working for the food industry. They're
exactly.
in
You can go
bed
so
together.
deep with it.
Yeah.
So that can tie into so many other things too, because they own everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's like, well, then they'll make you fat with their food, and then they'll
Yeah,
send you to the doctor to go get some fucking fat pills.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, come on, dude.
yeah,
Eat a banana, go for a walk,
yeah.
be healthy. It's sad, dude. It's an industry that's pushed on us. I don't think there's anything. there's so few Whole Foods in our actual like grocery store.
Right.
It's so difficult to find an actual whole food, you know? It's like there's the vegetable section, which obviously is they're all whole foods, but
Right.
they're grown with these pesticides and they're genetically modified to be
Oh,
bigger and like the banana that we know today did not exist like
yeah.
100 150 years ago.
Oh, I
We
know.
made that banana and now we sell it and it's like I don't know.
What does it come from? What are they called? There's a word for it.
For what the banana used to be,
Like it's like a banana, but it's not called that.
like a plantain or a
Plantain. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They
Probably comes from that.
call it platanos in
Yeah.
Dominican.
Yeah, now it's a big old giant yellow rocket ship just right in your throat.
It did what the porn industry did to dicks. It just slowly got bigger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Um, hot topic real quick. Have you
All
heard
right.
about the bank thing going on right now?
No, oh, is that it's starting to crash? The U.S. dollar's
Yeah.
dropping.
Yeah, so
Yep.
the elites are crashing their own banks because it's getting to the point where people are going and they want to get their money out and they just don't have it. Did you know that most banks don't have nearly enough money on hand to like give people their money?
That's why they're FDIC insured.
Exactly. So they just go and print more.
Yep.
Yeah.
They tell you have to make like an appointment if you want to take out more than like I think it's like might be 10,000, might be less than that. They say you need to make an appointment. Like we don't keep that kind of money on hand. And it's like you don't keep my fucking money on hand.
Yeah.
Like have my money ready when I get there.
Yeah.
Start feeling like who was it? Was that Rihanna? Bitch better have my money.
Yeah, that's the one.
Uh,
And yeah, so the theory for that one is they just keep continuing to push stuff about how our current currency is bad and stuff, and they really want to make it just all crypto.
well, yeah, exactly. Well, they're switching it over to the I think they're called CBDCs, central
Yeah.
bank digital currencies.
Yep, that's the one.
And yeah, it's which means that, and they're gonna tie this. This goes back to like the corporations owning things and whatnot. This goes back to your environmental social governance, which
Yeah.
is going to be tied in with this social credit score that they're rolling out. They've already rolled it out in China.
Yeah.
It's you can
Oh
look it
yeah.
up and you can see how their credit system works in China, and they're going to apply that here as soon as they get rid of cash. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to push with COVID.
Yeah.
They said no cash, coin shortage. Oh, there's not enough coins. It's like what there's just as many coins as there was 2 weeks ago. Can we keep using them?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. That was them rolling out their new like system sort of and like kind of crash course and like how many
Right.
people would do and operate well on our electronic banking system,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
I think it was overwhelmingly good results. I think that's why they're pushing through with the CBDC,
Mm-hmm.
and it's terrifying as soon as oh man, it'll make it to where you need to be correct with everything you say and politically correct. I mean, you
Yes.
can't say anything that is off base from what's the mainstream, and you
Oh, dude,
can't
you
have
you are
any
right.
differing opinions.
You are right on the money. Let me cut you off super quick.
Yep.
So like for anyone listening, it might sound really good to just have one currency for the whole world and it's all online and digital and stuff like that. But the scary part is because they do this in China right now, just what you just exactly said. You say the wrong thing, you say something that's not politically correct or something like that, you
Yep.
have no cash, you have no real assets, you have no real money.
Yep.
So they're like, nah, we don't like you anymore. Click, you're
Yep.
done.
Yep.
You have no
Well, and
money.
just a quick interruption as well. It's the
Go
same
ahead.
thing that happened in Canada with these trucking convoys.
Yeah.
Anybody that sent money or helped or was in the convoy, all of their accounts got nuked. All their banks got like closed for that
Yeah.
time being. All and not just their banks, all of their assets, all of their crypto was seized, all of it.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the truckers ended up having to go home was because like my family can't eat now. None of
Yeah.
our credit cards work. I need to leave. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
it's
It's really
so
scary. Yeah.
evil what they're doing.
It's a big push for
Yeah,
sure. We'll get into it another time, but yeah, like definitely 2020 was just a big test run for what's to come, you
exactly.
know.
They wanted to see
It,
how well we could comply.
how well we'd obey. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
It's so messed up. It's twisted, dude. And they're all
Yeah.
making money off of it. It's like it's not a coincidence that during COVID, that these pharma companies made $100 billion.
Oh yeah.
And you can look that up. $100 billion.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous amount of money. The music industry only made 12 billion. To
Yeah.
put that in perspective, every artist in the whole music industry, all of them,
Yeah.
only 12. That's like
Crazy,
a
bro.
little over 10%, dude. That's ridiculous.
Nah, see, bro, you are drinking Smurf juice. That glass isn't blue, bro. You lied to me.
Don't tell the people.
Yeah.
Got to keep that a secret. I don't
Popping
want.
Smurf on the low.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to know my sources. Come on. God,
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. But so, what I wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
because, and it also goes hand in hand with our media, like back to the food industry and the
Uh-huh.
medical industry. Our media is tied in with that as well, and they're playing both sides of it,
Yeah.
and all the commercials on all these old people shows like CNN and MSNBC.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that every single commercial is either a Pfizer commercial, a Moderna commercial,
Hmm.
or some sort of some sort of petrochemical pharmaceutical that they're trying to sell you and
Yes.
sell your grandma. It's messed up, dude.
Well, and it's just crazy how advanced they're getting with it too. You know, if you lean left, all you see on your media and news is stuff about how the right is horrible. And
Yep.
if you lean right, all you see is about how the left is so horrible.
Yep.
And it's just all on purpose.
They're so good at putting you into an echo chamber so
There's
that
no
your opinion
there's
is
no
what
positive news.
reverberates.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
There's
Not anymore.
no forward thinking. No, it's they're evil because they're racist or
Yep.
they're evil because they're communist.
Well, and it's just
It's
fear
just,
mongering. At the end
yeah,
of the day, they're just creating fear. I argue with people on Facebook all the time about it, how
yeah,
like their news is lying to them and it's fear mongering. And they're like, no, but look at the article. I'm like, I don't care about the article. Look at the people behind
yeah,
the article. That's what I'm looking at.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's messed up, dude. It's brainwashing and it's
It
being done
really
on both
is.
sides. We're just a consumer farm. They've got it
Yeah,
down to a T.
yeah.
Make you
Well,
unhealthy so you rely on the system and you're only eating unhealthy food, so it's not like you're ever going to get any better.
yeah.
Poison your water so that your pineal gland calcifies right up and you
Hmm.
have no connection to God anymore.
Yep, yep. Absolutely. And I'm glad you tied right back into that because I just wanted to just open discuss like what else would be connected like that. You eat the bad food and then you get the bad drugs. Like what else could there be too? You
Oh
know,
man. It's
products
probably
and
everything. It's probably
yeah,
all of the lotions, all of the soaps that you use, all the,
yeah,
detergents that go on your clothes that soak into your skin.
yep.
It's all of these. I'm bad, but I'm eating some Chester fries, bro. And I'm sure there's some terrible chemicals in here.
Oh, there is, bro. And that's me too, bro. I'll eat a bag of hot Cheetos.
I found it quick. Maltodextrin.
Yeah,
That's the one. Monosodium glutamate. That's another one. These chemicals are made to make you hungry. They're
yeah,
like not hungry, but it just tricks you into not being full.
yeah,
Can't stop. It's addictive. It's on
yeah.
purpose.
And not even to mention just the preposterous amounts of cancer that you
Oh
get from
yeah.
that stuff,
Oh, I know. I know.
Like a
Tell me.
90% increase or something like
I
that.
know. And everything does that, dude. Any candle you get in your burning is
Yeah.
doing that. Any of those Febreze air
Oh,
scented things, it's just carcinogens, dude. A ridiculous amount. Aerosol
yeah.
cans that you spray, like literally everything is bad for you.
Yeah. That
They've
just
done
made
it
me
by
think
design.
super fun side thing that I heard some doctor on some podcast, you can easily fact check this, but he said that new studies are coming out that if you get in a sauna at like 130 degrees for like I think it's something like 4 minutes a week, like 1 minute a day, you reduce your fatality rate or your mortality rate by, I think it was like 90% of all causes.
No way.
So not just of like, oh, this and this, no, all causes besides, maybe like getting hit by a car. I don't think the sauna will do anything
It's
to
not
you
going to
there.
keep somebody from shooting you.
Yeah, yeah, but all medical causes.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard that and I was mind blown.
Well, and there's so many things like that that reduce your chances, like a cold bath,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Though that's
cold
a
bath
huge
every
thing now
morning.
too.
You
Yeah,
know, there's so many things, habits that you can get into, you
yeah,
know, that will prolong your life. But those lifestyles aren't pushed on you. You know what I
right.
mean? They push like the vaping lifestyle on all these
Yeah,
kids, and they push the drinking lifestyle on
yeah.
all these you know, people coming into that age of wanting to get hammered and shit. And then
Oh
as you
yeah.
get a little bit older, they start pushing that like Xanax lifestyle. They're like, dude, is your life stressful? Are your kids really fucking annoying? You need Xanax. It's like,
You pretty much just explained my my path as a high
yep,
schooler.
yep. It was the
It
vape.
went Juul to drinking to Xanax.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
It's
Yeah, and they're
crazy.
feeding if it even was Xanax. You never even know it was flooding
Yeah.
into that valley, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're trying to quit vaping, maybe hop on Zinnichinos. I'm a certified Zinner. Sponsor me, that'd be awesome.
The shameless plug of Zen over here. I love it.
Wintergreen's the best. Can't even
It's like
see it.
it's like half going in between your green
Yeah, I
screen.
know.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to vape, but I woke up one day and my throat really hurt. I was probably getting a little sick too,
Yeah.
but I got pissed. I was like, "Fuck that! I don't want to feel like this anymore." And in like a hot rage during a hangover, just threw all my shit away.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I never bought anything else. I mean, I'll do a little too. I'll hit the vape when it's on.
I'll do a little too.
You ever seen that video of that dude?
Shit, I'll drink a little bit. I'll smoke a little weed. I'll do some too.
Oh, it's such a good video. It's like from the
It is.
60s. I don't even
Oh
know.
yeah. Old
So
school.
old. Before Technicolor. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff.
Awesome, bro. Um, I think a big question is who owns all these industries nowadays?
Oh,
And
dude, it's
speaking of the banks and stocks and stuff like that, I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you want to touch on, I'm pretty sure there's like a couple giant corporations that own everything.
yeah, dude.
Want to touch
Yes.
on that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
essentially what it is that they're hedge funds,
Yeah.
right? So they're investment banks essentially that
Yeah.
manage assets. Okay.
Right. It's kind of hard to
And
explain. Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird concept because it's nothing tangible. I
Yeah.
can't see a stock. I can
Right.
just look at the numbers on the computer like, oh, they own 95 million of them. It's like that's what you can see. But so there's essentially it boils down to three big companies that own or are top owners of these businesses. And top owners is just like a buzzword for like the highest investor. Like
Yeah.
they own the highest stake in that company as an individual hedge fund. Um, and it was super interesting. So there's BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street.
Gotcha.
Okay. And if you're looking at the top owners list, you're not going to see State Street. It's going to be SSGS.
Gotcha.
That's going to be the acronym for it. But that's just the State Street GS. I don't know what the hell the GS
Like,
stands for.
yeah.
But essentially, it's these three companies that basically have the swaying vote on like every company that's in the United States and probably foreign countries as well. So
Yeah.
I'll touch on BlackRock first. I've got some notes compiled, so I'll be switching back and forth looking.
Awesome. Awesome.
So first I was listing like I just looked up like how many assets these companies like manage, and BlackRock manages $10 trillion in assets.
Wow.
That's a ridiculous amount of money.
It's not like someone you everyone should go and watch this video that explains the difference between $1 billion and $1 trillion. It's really good.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah, I've seen that video. It is
Yeah.
a good one. And the CEO is this man named Larry Fink. Okay,
Okay.
and Larry Fink, he's pretty interesting. He's super smart. All right, he's like probably the best hedge fund manager there's ever been.
Think and think.
Fink can think, baby. So back in the day, Fink and a bunch of his buddies came up with this thing called Aladdin.
Yeah.
Okay. It's this program, it's a network, basically like connected between a couple different computers. And it was able to make accurate predictions on where the market's going to be and where to invest. And basically they like created this, and then he started this company BlackRock, and they like rode this fucking Aladdin's rug to the top, bro. I swear. And
Yeah.
because it was so good at predicting things. And so then they started pimping it out. They were pimping their guessing AI out to the other the other hedge funds, you know?
Yeah.
And then in 2008, when the market collapsed, Aladdin was able to accurately predict where the best spots to invest our current capital was so that the market wouldn't completely deflate.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I think after that, the government realized like, whoa, this thing's powerful, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think at that point, they had to make it open source. Um, but that's just a little aside. He created that shit. So these guys are serious, serious minds. And
Yeah.
like this trading network has the ability to influence the global economic market based on the predictions it makes, because there's so much money being invested by this hedge fund, BlackRock, and we'll talk about Vanguard and State Street. I would
Yeah.
argue they're working together with the shares they own of these companies to sway votes in certain ways and to
Absolutely.
either rise or drop stock depending on what advantages them, you know,
Oh, you
which
can
is
watch that. That's very true. That happens.
it's genius. It's
Yeah.
so smart. I wish I figured it out,
I know.
you know.
Yeah.
But so something that's interesting, and when you start looking into it, so BlackRock owns 14.2% of Vanguard, that company, and it also owns 5.3% of State Street. So they own little pieces of each other, and
Gotcha.
14% is not a little piece. That's a big chunk of a company,
Yeah.
you know. And they're top owners of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, meaning they're at the top of the list. When you look up who owns Amazon stock, it's that percent. They're at the top of all of these companies. Disney,
Yeah.
Pepsi, and Coca-Cola. And Pepsi and Coca-Cola own almost any beverage you drink.
Right.
Beer. And I think there's one other one, maybe Nestle.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
I know that Kroger owns almost every food chain as well.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. It goes so deep, dude. And
No,
then
it's insane.
so I'll move into Vanguard. I'll make this one a little quicker. So $8
Okay.
trillion in assets managed, and their CEO is this man named Mortimer J. Buckley. Um, I don't know. I hope they don't call him Mortimer. I hope they call him Morty or something, because that's a ridiculous ass name around the office. I'd hate to call him.
Mortimer.
Yeah, dude, he sounds like he should be in the back with like a cape and the fucking collar popped up, and he's got blood dripping down. He turns
Yeah.
when they open the door. Oh God.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I didn't look too much into this dude. But I'm sure there's some skeletons.
Oh
There's
yeah.
always some skeletons with these kind of dudes. And so Vanguard owns 8% of BlackRock
Okay.
and 9% of State Street. So together, Vanguard and BlackRock own 14%. And with the points, it's actually 15%, a little over 15
Yeah.
that they own of State Street. And I'm not sure what it takes to be a deciding vote, but they're getting close.
Yeah.
It seems. It seems. And they're top owners of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're more of the medical tip of the spear, it seems.
Ooh.
So they're owners of United Health and Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and that's Vanguard. And so moving on to
That's
State
insane.
Street, yes, it's
That goes back into what I was saying super quick is
yep,
like so they own a lot of the medical stuff
absolutely.
for the industry, right? So they're obviously making bank. So why would they actually make anything or push anything that cures anybody?
Well, then yeah, then their
You
dollar's
know?
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want people to keep subbing,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to State Street. This one's a little bit smaller, only $4 trillion in assets
Okay.
managed.
Okay.
They're humble.
Broke boys.
They're a
Yeah.
humble hedge fund. All right.
Yeah.
And their CEO is this man named Ronald O'Hanley, and I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've heard that name O'Hanley before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sounds familiar. And they own 3.9% of Vanguard and 4.2% of BlackRock. and they're top owners of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. All three of them are top owners of these three companies, these super influential companies in our country. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming they have the deciding vote with all three of these,
Yeah.
or at least an influential enough vote. Like we'll
Yeah.
pull our money, dude. You want our 4 trillion?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to play some ball.
That doesn't blow your mind. I don't know what will,
Yeah, it's
you know?
so deep. It's so deep, and you just have to look into it. This is stuff I found on Google. I didn't have to go to DuckDuckGo and
No.
get a VPN and a Tor browser and fucking hide in a tinfoil tent, you know?
No, no, no. You can open any stock app and go and look at it. My friend Dylan Lee is really into this stuff too.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Yeah.
and dude, Vanguard S&P 500 is doing great.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to invest in. So it's like, I don't know. And don't take stock tips from me, please. I'm an idiot.
Same.
But they're also top owners of Johnson and Johnson and Exxon Mobil. So I'm thinking they're
Ooh,
like the oil
oil.
side of it,
Yeah.
the petro. And so, and also, this is just a little aside, but together, BlackRock and Vanguard own 18% of Fox,
Oh, wow.
which owns so much shit.
Yeah.
Fox owns like the right side of the media,
Yeah.
and then 16% of CBS. Um, and then 13% of Comcast, which is NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and 12% of CNN, and 12% of Disney,
Yeah.
which owns a shitload of subsidiaries.
Yeah.
So dude, their fingers are in literally everything that's making money
Okay.
and
I was gonna
everything that
say
has
to
influence.
to break it down, there's a group of you just named four. Let's say even if it was 100 at like a high number,
Yeah,
there's a group of you just mentioned four companies that basically run everything that we consume on a daily basis as Americans, right?
yep, yep,
Four four companies.
yeah.
Even if there's 100, you want to tell me there's not an agenda?
Well, or a monopoly. People
Yeah.
keep pretending like monopolies went away when they split everybody up, and it's like that is bullshit.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Yeah. Follow
Who's
the
getting
money,
the
baby.
money? The buck doesn't
No,
stop for a
and
long time.
it's incredible. It's funny how they all own small percentages of each other
Yeah, so
in
then it's
case
like
one falls.
that, and I also think it's one of the things where it's like, no, like we're not friends. Like I just own some of his stock. I mean, come on,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
investment, you know. They're
Yeah.
not.
Totally.
Ah, it's so evil. Meanwhile, they're in the
Yeah.
back room, fucking eating babies and seeing what the number is on the screen.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yep, yep. Sorry, I got a little too deep. I'll bleep that out. Jamie, bleep that out for us.
uh, nah, but a cherry on top as well is I'm sure all those company or businesses and companies that you just mentioned, I'm sure they all have HQs in like Peru and stuff like that, and they probably
Yep,
pay zero taxes.
that's exactly right. They probably
Yeah.
got all sorts of tax break, or a lot of places are down in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was like the reason why a lot of the Caribbean was taken over. It was so they were like, all right, now our headquarters is here and we're on an island. We're just gonna ship
Yeah.
our money here. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Ah,
really need the Peruvian flute bands to come back and keep the furry death away,
oh, Jesus.
you
I
know?
don't even know what that is.
Yeah, dude, that's a South Park reference.
Ah, South Park's so ridiculous. I love
Oh,
that
dude.
show.
One of the greatest shows ever made.
Those guys can't miss,
No.
and they can't get canceled either.
Nope.
They
Fuck
swing
it.
at everybody.
Yeah.
They're swinging at everybody. They can't get mad at them. Those guys went to was it the Grammys? They went to the Grammys on acid
On acid, yeah, in
in
dresses.
dresses. Bro, that is big dick energy.
That is so awesome.
I don't know
And
how
then
they did that.
it's so funny when they explain it. They're like, once we realized that we weren't gonna like actually win anything and we're sitting there coming down off acid and dresses, we're like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God. I don't know how they thought it was a good idea at all. I'd be
Yeah.
freaking out on the way there, like, bro, we're going where?
Oh yeah.
What are we wearing? Oh,
Fuck.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, dude, it just goes so deep. There is a monopoly going on in our country right now, and nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to pretend like, no, it's you know, it's a bunch of different companies. Like, don't worry about it. Like, no, not all the money's getting siphoned off to the top and going to the, what is the name of it? It's a specific bank over in Sweden.
Oh,
It's like the bank of man, shit. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but
it's
either way,
fine.
it's like the central bank of central banks,
Yeah.
and all the money is just getting siphoned off from these corporations and heading that way
Yep.
for George Soros and Klaus Schwab to take a little bath in it.
Yeah.
uh,
I do really want to know what it's called. Is it Rick's Banking?
I can't. I know it was like the Bank of International Investments or something. I was just listening to a podcast today and they were talking about it. I can't. I should have written it down.
Yeah.
Feel ill prepared.
Oh, Bank for International Settlements?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's what it is.
BIS?
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, look up BIS. Just do a little bit of your own research.
Oh yeah. Just one simple Google search. I'm already seeing some stuff.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
it goes deep. It goes so deep, and you won't ever even hear about those people.
no.
You don't hear their name. If you know their name,
And
they're not running shit.
yeah, on God.
That's how it goes. They're middle management,
Yeah,
man.
it's the same for everything. Like it's not it's not even the president who runs the country whatsoever. It's people in coats in the back,
Oh, exactly,
you
exactly.
know?
It's like the old Bill Hicks bit where they bring the president in, and it's his first day, and they bring him into this back room, and they sit him down, and they show him the Kennedy assassination from an angle you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And then it finishes and they turn it off and they say, "Any questions?"
Yep.
And that's it. You're
Yep.
ours now. You do
Yep.
what we say. Oh, yeah. That man was prolific. Bill Hicks was the shit.
Oh yeah.
He died too
Legend.
young. He died way too young. He was
Fucking what do you think about maybe we grab a guest for the next one, huh?
dude, I would love that. I would
Want to
love
stir it
that.
up?
Yes. Who do you think?
I don't know. You whoever sees this, let us know.
Yes. Comment. Comment who wants to be a guest if you know some shit.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Talk to the boys.
Definitely shout out Nick. It'd be really fun to have him.
Yeah, it would.
My boy Maddie could hop on, talk some
Yeah.
bullshit.
I love it. I
We'll
love
probably
it.
hop on here and just talk about gophers and stuff like that. But
Goddamn buffoon. I love it.
I could get Dylan Lee, like I mentioned, he's really in touch with this stuff. He literally went to school for like stock trading and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. It might be nice to have a little professional on the
Yeah.
docket here. My friend Cole that lives out here in the Springs, he's super super versed in like history and government
Awesome.
policies. Like he'd be a good like skeptic to have on because he like
Hell
kind of
yeah.
believes in this shit, but he could also like check us on certain things when we're talking about history,
Right.
you know.
That'd be
That
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be a good recurring guest. Yeah, dude, I think it's time to start adding some guest material.
I think that'd be fun just every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, pepper it in,
Yeah.
make the people feel special.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, what are you thinking
Hell
for
yeah.
next time, dude? What should we chop it up about?
Are we done?
We can be, yeah. Let me end it right here.